There you have it. These are the people on behalf of whom the petitions were sent in, and those petitions were shut down. What do you think about this? I did say that we have a guest who is a diasporan, an enterprising diasporan who is grounded in the political affairs of the Nigerian nation and committed to nation building with several homegrown projects, direct economic investment back home in Nigeria. He is the CEO of Swirl Limited, makers of Swirl Engine Lubricant, chief consultant and founder of Southwest Media Consulting, a company dedicated to bridging the economic and cultural gap in Africa. He's an entertainment industry investment specialist. He's a policy analyst and an advocate for youth inclusion in the Nigerian politics. Chief Charles Ndudim is live to us. Welcome, sir, to the show. Hello, Charles, can you hear us? Okay. I don't know if we have him, but we can hear him in the studio. But in the meantime, I have Akan Umar, who is also a travel consultant and an entrepreneur. He also is someone who has invested in the diasporan community, as he is known to create the link between the local Nigerian community and the international Nigerian community, if you may, or the diaspora Nigerian community through his travel business, travel and tourism business. Akan Umar, welcome.
Thank you.
It's good to have you on the show today.
It's my pleasure.
Now, what do you make, as we also ask our viewers to call in? Our phone lines are already open. Numbers to call should be showing on your screen. We will be hooking up with Charles Ndudim via telephone, and if possible, we would get him on the visual platform so we can see his face as well. Otherwise, we'll hook up with him via telephone. In the meantime, Akan, what do you make of the Deputy Speaker's remark?
All right, before I come to that, I saw a report today. The Deputy Speaker denying the fact that he shot the young man down, saying it wasn't like that. Now, but the truth
you saw that video?
Yes. Now, speaking with evidence now, because everybody saw the video, and we saw how this man was trying to portray the interest. Now, they are representatives. Who are they representing? They are representing Nigerians. I wish we have maybe a law interpreter, a lawyer or something, to interpret to us who a Nigerian is.
You don't need a lawyer to interpret to us.
So we all know, right? Good, good. So we know that a Nigerian is someone who is from Nigeria. It doesn't matter where he is or where he is currently. He's a Nigerian by citizenship, by birth, or whichever form he has become a Nigerian. So whatsoever is happening in the country, he has a say. Now this man, this community of thieves in the diaspora speaking about the condition of their own family members, their people. They are talking specifically about their own people, how they are being treated. They're supposed to be relocated to their ancestral homes, but yet they've been, and look at
they've been relegated.
Good. And look at the condition of the IDPs, the camp itself, and the people. So if you have an uncle or somebody in such a place, and you don't have what it takes, the resources to move the person out, shouldn't you say something to the government that please, these people should not be, even if it's not even your immediate person, but we are all Nigerians, and we should all we all are concerned by the dilapidating condition of the country and the people. Good. So they were only talking about, okay, my people, these people are badly treated. They should be given a fair treatment as Nigerians. So I believe they have a say.
They have a say. What do you make of the fact that even Honorable Idris Ahmed Wase himself is a diasporan returnee? Because this is someone who studied abroad and at a point in time in his life was a diasporan, you know. So it reeks of, for lack of a better word, ignorance of his own identity, as a matter of fact, because at some time in his life, he was a diasporan. At that time of his life, did it go to say that no representative or no Nigerian or no lawmaker would have been able to represent him, or he wouldn't have been able to have a say in the affairs of Nigeria?
I believe if it were then, he probably would be one of the first people to speak up. So I think it's selfish of him. I think, what's the word? I'm looking for the right word to use, because he would have been one of the first people to speak up, considering his contact, considering his relation in the polity. Then he would have even known who and who to call, or even send and sign the petition himself. Because I believe he would have been one of the members of
diasporan community. We have our first caller. Juliet is calling us from Lagos. Hello, welcome to the show, Juliet. What do you have to say on Wase's submission? Okay, we have calls, but we can't seem to take them in the studio. I do hope that that gets fixed so we can have our viewers who are itching to participate online. I do not know if we have Charles Ndidim online now, but we would take him whenever we have him. The matter is the issue last week, Thursday, on the National Assembly, or rather, the floor of the House of Representatives, where Mark Bila, a representative of Gwaru West and Gwaru South in Benue State, was shut down by the Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives, Idris Ahmed Wase, for wanting to submit a petition by Nigerians in diaspora. We'll bring you that video again in the course of our discussion, but in the meantime, I have Akan Umar here, who's a travel consultant and an entrepreneur who is bridging the gap between local Nigerians and Nigerians in the diasporan community. And he is one person who is concerned about that statement by Wase. What do you think it will do to the diasporan contribution to Nigerian development?
Good. You know, anybody who is contributing to development of a particular person or people, let me put it that way. And it seems as if even though you are trying to contribute, but yet it's not appreciated, you know, not by words. We used to say action speaks louder than words. Good. Now, by his actions, it means Nigeria and the Nigerian leaders are not appreciative of what they are doing. So if they could decide to just, thank God you already read the verdicts, what the people are protesting for. So it's what they can do. Okay, no problem, let us cut our ties. You see, let's cut our ties, be on your own. But because you people are not, you don't want to hear from us, because they have the right. But also, they would not also cut the ties. Why? Because you can, no matter where you go, you cannot deny your fatherland.
Your fatherland.
That is the truth.
True.
You know, that we are not addressing. Your show says the conversation. Nigeria is not having conversations that will make this kind of stuff not come up. We are treating the symptoms and not the disease. Our country is a keg of gunpowder. There are so many ills in our society that need us all to come around the table. We are a multilingual country. We are a multi-ethnic country. We are a multi-religious country. All the complexities that is there to make us to not make us a nation. They are there, but we have learned to live amongst each other. We have gone to the national, what do you call it? The youth corps. You go to your call-up assignment. You can be from Abia State and be sent to Sokoto to go and learn all of those cultures there, live amongst those people. And yet, our politicians are dragging us back to the 80s. So I believe that these are just some of the things that are underlying that we are not treating every week in Nigeria now. There is something that is coming up. A whole deputy speaker is insulting diaspora that are bringing money into this nation, not just bringing money, that are dedicating their time, My two nephews play for the D Tigers. They live in the US, they fly down here to...
Yeah, Yeah, but Charles,
come and play basketball. Is the first time in history of Nigeria has gone to Olympics.
does that make you in any way want to withdraw whatever support your community is bringing back home, medical health missions, your remittances, and bilateral trade and all of that? And, you know, basically the remittances, does that make you and your members of the diasporan community want to withhold or withdraw your efforts, your gestures?
I for one, I understand the nature of this politics, and I will never, ever, ever. My job is to fight for Nigeria. As a Nigerian, it's in our creed, in our pledge. I pledge to Nigeria, my country. I don't pledge to the Senate Speaker of the House or the Deputy Speaker of the House who needs. I believe this is probably a learning opportunity for the speaker to understand that just because you're in Ghana and you are born Nigerian does not make you a foreigner in your own nation. So this is a teachable moment. Instead of us taking the other way around, I think we can use this opportunity to teach him what it means to be a Nigerian.
All right. What's your final take on this? I wish we had spent more time with you, but we got established that link very late. Your final take on this, Chief Charles Ndudim?
My final take on it is that our country we are having evangelists of discord jumping from everywhere. Every
trouble with that network, Charles Ndudim, there from the diasporan community. We do know that he's expressed some displeasure with what the Deputy Speaker had said in very, very disturbing ways. Well, we do know as a nation and as believers in this community that we've found ourselves with holding on to the faith and holding on to the hope in God that, you know, things can only turn out for the better, specifically in your words saying that Nigeria is sitting on a keg of gunpowder. We do know that that gunpowder would not explode in any way, but will be diverted for good. I'd like to take your final word on this before we go.
All right. I believe this is the time because what happened, it's an outright denial of the rights of the diasporans. Mm-hmm. And if we do not push back, if we do not let's establish that right, it means next time it's going to multiply.